Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
You are watching India Today. You are watching India Today.
Welcome back. We're going across straight to this exclusive interview of Sanket Kole, the son of slain Umesh Kole, was targeted and killed by Islamist radicals. Listen in.
जब बेटे के सर से पिता का साया उठता है तो अचानक से ही उसके ऊपर जिम्मेदारियों का बोझ बढ़ जाता है। इस वक्त हमारे साथ उमेश कोले के बेटे संकेत मौजूद हैं। संकेत, सबसे पहले तो आप ये बताइए कि अब पिता का साया है नहीं, कितनी जिम्मेदारियां बढ़ गई आपके ऊपर, पूरे परिवार को चलाना है?
सर अभी उत्तर तो करने पड़ेंगे। जो पिताजी नहीं है बोला तो वो जो काम करते तो मेरे को हाथ में लेना ही पड़ेगा।
दुकान के साथ साथ आपको घर भी चलाना होगा, माँ को भी संभालना है, सब कुछ अचानक से जो हुआ, कितनी मुश्किलें बढ़ गई आपकी?
सर अभी कैसे जो कुछ क्रेडिट डेबिट जो कुछ है वो भी मेरे को देखना पड़ेगा।
अच्छा, क्रेडिट डेबिट की बात की आपने। एक जो बातें सामने आ रही थी, पुलिस ने कल कहा कि लगभग 1-1.5 लाख रुपए से ज़्यादा यूसुफ खान ने भी लिया हुआ था।
है सर उतना।
अच्छा,
बाकी मेरे को उसमें इतना डिटेल भी नहीं पता, मैंने भी सुना ही है पिताजी के मुँह से।
यूसुफ को लेकर आप बता पाएंगे क्या कि क्योंकि इस तरह की खबरें थी कि शादी में भी मदद की थी, काफ़ी अच्छा संबंध था उनका?
हाँ किया था पिताजी ने, उनके बहन की वगैरह शादी थी वो टाइम पे भी किए थे।
क्या अभी तक की जो जांच हो रही है आप संतुष्ट हैं उससे, पुलिस से संतुष्ट हैं आप?
हाँ सेटिस्फाइड है, क्योंकि पुलिस ने स्टार्टिंग से कोऑपरेट किया है और वो जांच करते गए, हमें बताते गए, लेकिन उन्होंने कहीं पे ऐसे रिवील नहीं किया कि जांच यहाँ तक हुई है वगैरह, कि ये केस में ऐसे ऐसे हुआ है करके। पहले ही बता देते तो फिर जो फाइनल रिजल्ट चाहिए था वो नहीं मिलता था ना।
आपको कभी अंदाज था कि क्या ये मामला पैसों का हो सकता है या फिर नुपुर शर्मा की वजह से हो सकता है? कभी इस चीज़ को लेकर बातचीत हुई आपके पिता से?
नहीं सर उतना नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं हुआ।
आपको भी कभी शुरुआत में लगा नहीं था कि नुपुर शर्मा का समर्थन करने की वजह से ऐसा हो सकता है?
नहीं,
कभी आपको लगा
नहीं। मेरे को कुछ पता ही नहीं था वो किस में क्या हुआ है क्या नहीं। पहले तो हम लोग ही शौक में थे।
जब इस मामले में यूसुफ का नाम सामने आया तो आप लोग क्या विश्वास कर पा रहे थे उस समय? कितना मुश्किल हो रहा था आप लोग को समझने की ऐसा हुआ भी हो सकता है?
विश्वास नहीं होता ना सर वैसे।
बाकी जो 6 आरोपी हैं, क्या उसमें से आप लोग किसी को जानते हैं? उसमें से 6 आरोपी हैं, इरफान या किसी को भी? आपके पिताजी भी नहीं जानते थे? एक आखिरी सवाल मैं पूछूंगा, अब चूंकि मामला एनआईए के पास में है, कितनी उम्मीदें हैं आपको और क्या आप इस समय उम्मीद रख रहे हैं पुलिस से, प्रशासन से? किस तरह की उम्मीद रख रहे हैं आप?
सर अभी इतनी बड़ी एजेंसी पीछे लगी है तो रिजल्ट दे ही देंगे वो। ठीक है,
चलिए, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए। तो ये थे संकेत कोले, उमेश कोले के बेटे हैं ये, और बता रहे थे किस तरह से जिम्मेदारियां बढ़ गई हैं। यूसुफ जो कि इनके पिता का काफ़ी करीबी मित्र था, इनको भी यकीन नहीं हुआ कि यूसुफ इस हत्या में शामिल हो सकता है या यूसुफ की वजह से ये हत्या हुई हो सकती है। लेकिन अब चूंकि मामला एनआईए के पास में है, पुलिस की जांच पर भी इनका कहना है कि ये संतुष्ट तो हैं, लेकिन शुरुआत में ही अगर ये पता चलता कि आखिरकार वजह क्या थी तो शायद मामला इतना आगे नहीं बढ़ा होता। और एनआईए की जांच से अब इनको उम्मीद है कि दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी होगा। कैमरामैन शगुन के साथ मुनीश पांडे, अमरावती, आज तक।
Some news just coming in. Let's go straight to that. 117 citizens have written open letter to the Supreme Court. Open letter backing Nupur. Statement by concerned citizens over Nupur Sharma. It says, expunge the remark of judges over Nupur. Remember, the court in its oral observations had spoken about the fact that Nupur Sharma was single-handedly responsible for setting the country on fire. Also responsible for the beheading, the hate crimes that we're seeing in the country, given her controversial statements. Now an open letter has been written by 117 citizens saying that all of those comments from the court must be expunged. This has been a huge controversy with the judge also in question coming out and saying that this is playing out in the wrong way on social media and that India is not a mature democracy. Now there is a letter that says that these comments from the judges over Nupur Sharma must be expunged. Shreya Chatterjee is getting us more details. Shreya, in spite of the fact that none of these comments from the court, these oral observations, made it to the written order, it's been a bone of contention from the moment this was said in court, isn't it?
Well, absolutely so, Sneha. And you know, this letter that we right now see, which has actually been marked by former bureaucrats as well as former judges and former retired armed forces personnel, around 117 of these signatories, they have put this statement forward where they have criticized the comments that was made by the two Supreme Court judges. They've also mentioned that the fact that these never made into the order that was finally issued on the matter probably made it an even more controversial issue because it was played up everywhere. So that's the reason that they have put forward, and they've criticized these statements. They say that Nupur Sharma had reached the court seeking a remedy. However, the kind of remarks that have come forward are to be criticized. So that's the exact statement that has been issued by these 117 signatories. That includes former bureaucrats, includes former judges. They also include former armed person likes of the chiefs of former CBI is also a part of these signatories who have now written this letter against the entire controversy that's been embroiling around Nupur Sharma.
All right, Shreya, thanks for getting us all of those details. And we're staying with this report. Remember, this has got to do with Supreme Court judge who is part of Nupur Sharma's observation and now has hit out at social media on his own remarks, attacking the social media over the blowback that we've seen. Take a look.
The ghost of Nupur Sharma's prophet comments have now reached the corridors of the Supreme Court. Facing backlash over singling out Nupur Sharma over a nationwide upheaval, Supreme Court Judge Justice Pardiwala claimed that Parliament should consider regulating social media.
Social and digital media is nowadays primarily resorted to expressing personalized opinions more against the judges. This is what is harming the judicial institution and lowering its dignity.
Justice Pardiwala said that social media trials is harming the judicial institutions. The Supreme Court had come down heavily on suspended BJP spokesperson Nupur Sharma. The apex court had said that Nupur Sharma was single-handedly responsible for the situation across the country, including the Udaipur beheading. The observations of the top court have received a mixed reaction. While some hailed the comments, others criticized the singling out of Nupur. Two Hindu men, Kanhaiya Lal and Umesh Kole, have lost their lives to Islamist extremists for supporting Nupur Sharma. Begging the question, can a controversial comment justify cold-blooded murders? Bureau Report, India Today.
Several new revelations are coming to the fore in the Udaipur murder case, which sent shockwaves across the country. India Today's special investigation reveals the Udaipur conspiracy. Butchers of Tailor Kanhaiya Lal, who were brutally murdered, ran online hate groups to radicalize the youth. More details in our next report.
They used the office of a former employer to film themselves gloating about the slaughter. Riaz Attari, one of the two killers of Tailor Kanhaiya Lal, worked in this unit some years ago. When India Today reached out to its owner Shoaib Pathan, he remembered his former employee as a radical online rogue. According to Pathan, Attari ran a WhatsApp group that promoted communal hatred.
जिस ग्रुप में बार-बार जोड़ता था वो ग्रुप मेरे को ठीक नहीं लगता था साहब। तो मैं उस ग्रुप से क्या बाहर निकल जाता बार-बार।
उस ग्रुप में क्या ऐसी बात करते थे?
ये कुछ भी ऐसी बात डालते थे, कहीं कुछ दंगा हो गया हो या ऐसी कोई भी पोस्ट वगैरह किसी ने गलत कर दी हो तो ये उस पोस्ट के बारे में करते थे
भड़काऊ।
हाँ, वो चीज़ें मेरे को क्या पसंद नहीं थी था, इसलिए मैं क्या बार बार इसके ग्रुप से बाहर निकल जाता।
The factory owner also shared Riaz Attari's audio messages to him. He sent this voice note after Pathan decided to exit his group.
अरे शोएब भाई, ग्रुप से बाहर क्यों निकले हो? क्या बात है? कोई डर है क्या आपके दिल में? अरे डर रखो तो सिर्फ रब का रखो, किसी का मत रखो।
In yet another audio message to Pathan, Attari taunted him about committing religious wrongdoing for posting songs and happy family moments after recovering from an accident.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। अरे शोएब भाई, अल्लाह का शुक्र अदा करो, अल्लाह ताला ने ज़िंदगी अगर बख्शी है ना, तब ये गाना गा के ज़िंदगी मत निकालो। अल्लाह का शुक्र अदा करो, अल्लाह ताला ने आपकी जान बख्श दी, बाकी उम्मीद नहीं थी, ध्यान ना, इसलिए अल्लाह का शुक्र अदा करो। और ये गाना गा गा के ना और गुनाहों में मत पड़ो। जो बंदा तकलीफ में होता ना, वो बंदा जब भी दुआ करता है, उसकी अल्लाह ताला दुआ कबूल करता है। अल्लाह के बंदा, आप दुआ तो क्या करो और गुनाह कमा रहे हो, देखो तो गाना गा गा के जहन्नम में जाना, ऐसा काम मत करो।
Bought a motorbike 9 years ago with a number plate depicting the day when Pakistan-backed terrorists struck Mumbai.
फोटो खींचा है, बहुत सी बात। किसके प्रोग्राम में? ये अपने बीजेपी के प्रोग्राम। कभी-कभी तो फोन करता था कि मैं प्रोग्राम में, तो वहां जाता था, खड़ा हो जाता था।
Plotting to make political inroads for at least 3 years and stoking communal hatred on messaging platform. A series of India Today's reports show how radical ideology weaponized the butchers long back before they did what they did in Udaipur. With Dheeraj Rawal and Nitin Jain for India Today's Special Investigation Team, Bureau Report, India Today.
Some news coming in. Multiple FIRs have been lodged against the controversial poster by filmmaker Leena Mani Mekalai, which shows images of a smoking goddess Kali. The Delhi Police's Cybercrime Unit has registered FIR for promoting enmity between religions. UP Police also has registered FIR on charges of criminal conspiracy, offence in place of worship, deliberately hurting religious sentiments, intention to provoke breach of peace, booking filmmaker Leena for her movie Kali for the disrespectful depiction of Hindu gods. Filmmaker Leena Mani Mekalai's documentary Kali has triggered outrage because it shows the goddess smoking. A complaint has been filed against the filmmaker, several in fact, like we just reported, for deliberately hurting Hindu sentiments.
Another controversy surrounding a Hindu deity. A controversial poster showing goddess Kali smoking a cigarette by filmmaker Leena Mani Mekalai from Tamil Nadu, now based in Canada, sparking outrage and familiar angry outbursts. Getting called out for being a cheap publicity stunt deliberately aimed at hurting Hindu sentiments just to promote a film. Hindu activists have slammed the filmmaker and urged the poster to be taken down and legal action against the filmmaker.
This is absolutely unfortunate, whether it is Emma Hussain or whether it is any other artist, whether it is Leena today. See, liberty should be with responsibility. Creativity should be with sensitivity. That is the core point.
A complaint has been filed against Leena with the Delhi police, demanding punitive action. Several fellow filmmakers and BJP voices slammed it, calling it an insult just to grab eyeballs in the garb of creative freedom.
ऐसा अपमानित करना ये ठीक नहीं है, ये गलती कर रहा है। तुरंत क्षमा मांगना, क्षमा मांग करके फिर वापस पोस्टर सही से करना निर्देशन देने के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट को रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं.
In America or in Europe, you cannot get away with portraying any Christian icon, any religious icon. You cannot go to Israel and portray a Jewish icon or prophet of theirs or a saint of theirs in an unconventional light. You cannot even change their clothing.
Yeah.
You cannot show them in sexual connotations. You cannot do that without huge punishments meted out to you. But in India, we are tolerant.
Leaders of the ruling DMK in Tamil Nadu, when asked about possible action against Leena for hurting Hindu sentiments, shifted the onus to the centre.
They have control over cinematographic act. Let them take action. That is for them to do. What the state government can do. The power is vested with the government of India. So they have to do.
The filmmaker, basking in this publicity, has chosen to remain defiant, defending the smoking Kali image as the goddess roaming the streets of Toronto, adding, a little dramatically, that she is ready to die for her right to speak. Several OTT series and movies have found themselves in the religious crossfire for allegedly hurting Hindu sentiments. The big question many are asking, why is creative freedom exercised only when it comes to Hindu gods and goddesses?
Even after facing backlash over hurting religious sentiments, Leena Manimekhalai has refused to pull down the controversial Kali poster, and the only explanation she is willing to give is that after watching the documentary, people will have a change of heart. This is Vivian, Pramod Madhav for India Today.
A series of reactions that have been coming in on that controversy that refuses to die down. Listen in.
We need to come together, we need to condemn. Official organizations need to denounce it so that people know that there is no credibility attached to quoting this film or any of her work in any, credible academic this thing. Because there is so much content out there which counters it. There are so many credible organizations which have boycotted and specifically spoken out against it, especially organizations which are credibly leading Hindu communities across the world. They should be doing this.
This is not a fiction, and this is not a matter. When you take our goddess and use your creativity by smoking and flagging the LGBT flag, where the only question is my mind whether you do the same with the Mother Mary, Hazrat Khadija, Hazrat Aisha, and any other honorable ladies which belongs to the other religion, or the Hindu. You find Hindu is a soft target to hurt the religious sentiments and outrage the religious feelings, always in the name of the creativity.
That report and much more up on our website as well. That's indiatoday.in. You can also download the India Today app. That's it from me for the moment. News continues in just 2 minutes.
You are watching India Today.
Who will capture Maharashtra and Mumbai?
2022's biggest political meltdown
Big breaking news that's coming in this morning.
began with India Today's news break.
Rumors and reports coming in of a rebellion within Shiv Sena.
Uncompromising on every twist and turn.
This meeting between NCP leaders and Shiv Sena leaders has been on.
Now they are entering the Surat airport.
Post-war now begins.
Chandrakant Patil come and join the Eknath Shinde camp.
Now Shiv Sena is playing on the front foot.
The 3 days time has been given.
Devendra Fadnavis with governor.
The rebel MLAs, they will be taking off for Goa.
India's top team misses nothing.
Everything now, all eyes where the Supreme Court is concerned.
Forget the Supreme Court, Uddhav Thackeray has decided to resign.
Relentless politics, relentless coverage. Number 1 on non-stop Maha Thriller. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now.
You
Today is, the launch to the world of a fully operational urban airport. The first time ever in the world that there's an operational piece of infrastructure of this kind.
I think you'll see some operations this decade, but I think the 2030s will really be the decade of advanced air mobility, and you'll really start to see this be more ubiquitous from that point on.
Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now.
You are watching India Today.
Berger Easy Clean. No dag, no dhabba. Only beautiful walls.
With every sunrise comes new beginnings, new opportunities, and new stories. And that's why we're first up. While you're sleeping, we're hard at work to ensure you get the perfect news shot every morning. Get you all the updates. Our morning mission, to get you news that's fresh and packed with flavor. Watch First Up every weekday morning with me, Akshita Nandagopal, right here on India Today.
I don't read the news. I read between the lines to tell you the true version of events, the true story of our times.
To document grief, the toughest assignment for any journalist to be.
From those who matter.
Women politicians going to stick up for each other.
Of those who should matter. I document the truth. I don't distort the truth. I don't glamorize the truth. I don't gloss over the truth.
The ghosts of India's contentious medieval history have come knocking again.
I hustle for the truth. On the ground, in the newsroom, in the studio. I don't try to grab eyeballs.
I inform you to make you see the point.
To the point with Preeti Chaudhary. At these times, only on India Today.
Co-powered by The World Comes Together at Sharda University. In association with Green Lamb Laminates. Har Gustakhi Saaf.
good afternoon. You're watching India Today. I'm Nabila Jamal taking you through the top news. First, the headlines. India Today obtains the pro-Nupur post, which got chemist Umesh Khole killed by a group of Islamists. It is a mega India Today exclusive. And the India Today special investigation team unravels sinister Udaipur conspiracy. Butchers of Kanhaiya Lal ran an online hate group to radicalize youth. And multiple FIRs lodged against filmmaker Leena Manimekalai in Delhi as well as Uttar Pradesh for hurting religious sentiments after her poster on smoking goddess Kali generates massive controversy. And monsoon rains batter Mumbai. Andheri subway shut down after heavy waterlogging. Maximum city on high alert until Friday for heavy rains.
Right now the situation outside the Andheri subway is very critical because the traffic jam is long for a kilometer. So commuters are facing very much problematic situation because they are on their way to their offices.
And PSI scam fallout stings Karnataka government. CID arrests IPS officer Amrit Paul. Congress MLA Zamir Ahmed raided for amassing illegal assets. And Swapna Suresh drops another bombshell. Kerala gold scam accused releases 2 audio tapes claiming threat to life. Says forced to withdraw case against Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. And here's a big update coming in on the NIA investigations with regards to 2 murders, one in Udaipur and one in Amravati. Amit Shah, the Home Minister, has been in talks with the NIA chief in India Today's Inside Track of the 45-minute meet between Amit Shah as well as the NIA chief. The NIA chief is said to have briefed Amit Shah over the Udaipur and Amravati cases. NIA probes the Black Freedom WhatsApp group. Remember, the NIA, as it probes deeper into these hardliners who've literally unleashed terror in areas like Udaipur as well as Amravati, 2 murders that took place. Both the men who were murdered had merely supported Nupur Sharma for what she had said. In fact, now the NIA, while it investigates, sees that there are several WhatsApp groups that are tools used to radicalize Muslim youth. NIA now in talks with Amit Shah to try and understand what and how this investigation should be taken forward. Let me quickly cut across to Jitendra Singh joining us live from Delhi. Jitendra, a quick word on this meet, a high-level meet between Amit Shah and the NIA chief. What's on the agenda?
देखिए नबीला, कल शाम को 4 बजे केंद्रीय गृह मंत्री अमित शाह से मुलाकात जो एनआईए की चीफ उनकी हुई थी और 45 मिनट तक ये मुलाकात हुई। जैसा कि सूत्रों ने हमें जानकारी दी है उसके मुताबिक इस मुलाकात में उदयपुर में जो घटना हुई है, इसके अलावा अमरावती में जो घटना हुई है, इन दोनों घटना के बारे में विस्तृत जानकारी एनआईए चीफ की तरफ से गृह मंत्री अमित शाह को दी गई है। माना यह जा रहा है कि एनआईए जिस तरीके से इस पूरे मामले की जाँच कर रही है उसमें सबसे बड़ी जानकारी ये मिल रही है कि सोशल मीडिया का किस तरीके से उपयोग करके ये जो आरोपी हैं उसमें इन्होंने किस तरीके से घटना को अंजाम दिया। चाहे उदयपुर की घटना हो, इसको देखें तो इसमें भी सोशल मीडिया और व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पर चैटिंग ये लोग कर रहे थे और अलग अलग जगहों पर ये लोग कनेक्शन इनके थे। साथ ही जो अमरावती की जो घटना हुई है इसमें 4 ऐसे व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप एनआईए को पता चले हैं जिसके एडमिन से पूछताछ एनआईए की टीम आज करेगी और ये पता चल रहा है कि ये जो एडमिन इसमें थे, इन लोगों ने किस तरीके से कॉन्स्पिरेसी रची। साथ ही इस चैटिंग की डिटेल भी एनआईए निकालने की कोशिश में जुटी हुई है, क्योंकि इस चैटिंग में जो एक व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप था जिसमें ब्लैक फ्राइडे नाम से व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप था, इसकी चैटिंग को दूसरे व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में ट्रांसफ़र किया जा रहा था। उसके बाद ही अमरावती की घटना को अंजाम आरोपियों ने दिया। तो इस बात को लेकर के एनआईए फॉरेंसिक जांच करने में जुटी हुई है कि चैट करने के लिए किस तरीके से जो ग्रुप एडमिन था उसने फॉरवर्ड किया और इसके अलावा जो इस चैट में क्या क्या चीज़ें और हैं। और सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि कई थ्रेट कॉल्स आ रहे हैं जो अमरावती में दूसरे लोग हैं, उस थ्रेट कॉल्स के जो ऑडियो हैं उसकी भी फॉरेंसिक जांच करने के लिए एनआईए की टीम आने वाले दिनों में भेज रही है। तो एक बड़ा सिलसिला चल रहा है, क्योंकि इस तरीके से गृह मंत्रालय का काउंटर टेरर एंड काउंटर रेडिकलाइजेशन जो यूनिट है उसमें भी एक तरीके से मॉनिटर किया जा रहा है कि ऐसे फेक जो ऑडियो हैं, फेक वीडियोस, इसके अलावा जो अलग अलग तरीके की बातचीत चल रही है उसको किसी तरीके से उस पर नज़र रखी जाए और इन तमाम चीज़ों को एक रिपोर्ट तैयार आईबी की तरफ से और एनआईए की टीम कर रही है, जिससे कि किसी बड़ी घटना को अंजाम देने से रोका जा सके।
जी, फॉर होम मिनिस्टर अमित शाह इटसेल्फ, अमित शाह जी एनआईए चीफ से मिल रहे हैं, उनका ये केस के साथ कैसे, मतलब वो गाइड कर रहे हैं या केस होम मिनिस्टर को वो ब्रीफ कर रहे हैं? एनआईए चीफ होम मिनिस्टर को ये सिर्फ ब्रीफ करने वाली है या वो डिसाइड करेंगे कि आगे क्या डिसीजन लेना है?
देखिए, दोनों जो केस हुए थे, चाहे वो उदयपुर की घटना हो या फिर अमरावती की घटना, इन दोनों केस में एक तरीके की सिमिलरिटी दिखाई पड़ रही है। एनआईए इस बात को लेकर के भी आगे बढ़ रही है कि क्या इसमें लिंक है, क्या
to some big update coming in on the Amravati murder. Video of two attacking Umesh Khole while the third accomplice comes on a bike, takes a U-turn. Umesh on his knees. The video is from a CCTV camera. I'm going to quickly cut across to that video. Here's a video that we bring to you right here on our screens. An update coming in from that Amravati murder, where the video of two attacking Umesh Khole captured on cameras. Here you have it. The video there shows two of them attacking Umesh Khole while the third accomplice comes on a bike, takes a U-turn. Umesh gets down on his knees. The video is now from a CCTV camera of a school. That's the capture there that we bring to you on our screens here, showing very clearly how Umesh Khole was literally murdered by two men right in the middle of the night. This is a big update coming in on that murder as a CCTV footage that will take this probe a long way. These are images coming in of how the two men intercepted Umesh Khole right in the middle of the night while he was on his way home, we believe. In fact, what we hear, some startling details, that the murderers took quite a while to plan this murder. It was quite a pre-planned murder. In fact, they tried to murder Umesh Khole a few days prior to the actual fateful day when he was killed. But since Umesh Khole had taken alternative routes, he somehow escaped. And 3 days later, it appears, unfortunately, he was killed by these two men. In fact, these visuals here showing very clearly how these two men got hold of Umesh right in the middle of the night while he was on his way home, stopped him and slit his throat. In moments, you can see Umesh falling to his knees and succumbing. A horrific murder that's caught on camera. CCTV footage clearly showing how Umesh Khole was murdered. In fact, unfortunately, the men who murdered him, we believe as per investigation, were very much friendly to Umesh Khole. They were, in fact, acquaintances. They not more than acquaintances. In fact, friends is what we hear. Pankaj joining us for more on that. Pankaj Kelkar, a quick word on the CCTV footage that we see here. Do establish for us, these are the murderers who stopped Umesh Khole right when he was on his way home and murdered him. Explain to us the CCTV footage that we've got right from the school opposite that crime spot.
Nabila, I am at the spot where the murder had happened. This is the place where Umesh was attacked. He was traveling from in this narrow lane. That's what you can see. From there, he was coming towards the main road. Now it is this spot where he was attacked. In the CCTV footage, what we can see, the whole incident has been recorded in the CCTV camera that is fitted on the school. There, what you can see on the top small CCTV camera, that camera has recorded this whole incident. And now it is this spot where he was attacked. In the CCTV, we can also see that there are around 3 to 4 men. It's pitch dark, and whatever we could enhance the video, there we could see that there are 2 men. Umesh is also there because they are dark figures, so we can just make out that he might be Umesh, and then we can also see a third person on his bike coming and taking a U-turn. So the third person was riding the bike. The two attackers and the third person then fled away. Now this is the spot what we are trying to show you. The CCTV camera fitted on the wall of this school that has recorded this whole incident. And this is the video that you are seeing, the viewers are seeing on the screen, where Umesh Kolle was attacked. Nabila.
In fact, what time of the night was it, if we could understand, Pankaj? And these two men, we believe, I mean, as much as we say it isn't enough, it really makes me it makes me shudder to even think that this man was a friend of Umesh Kolle. The man who murdered him was very much his friend. He knew him for at least 7 years. That's what Umesh Kolle's brother claims. Give us an understanding. Did Umesh Kolle happen to recognize those men when they stopped by to murder him? Of course, you wouldn't know at this point, but do you believe that he may have recognized them? They were friends, is it?
The other guys also had visited his chemist shop. Now whether Yusuf was there, Dr. Yusuf, who is close friend of Umesh, now he had forwarded the message which Umesh supported in favor of Nupur Sharma's controversial comment. This message was forwarded by Umesh to some other group. Now those people who are of extremist nature, they have done this. But Umesh, along with the person who was arrested from Nagpur, Irfan, they both must have hatched this conspiracy. Whether Umesh was here at this spot, that is still not confirmed by the Amravati police. There are 3 persons who can be seen in the CCTV footage. The footage is dark, so we cannot identify, but the action speak for themselves. Somebody attacking, some person is kneeling down on his knees, and this is the spot where the bike was there. We can see in the CCTV that somebody is kneeling down. 2 persons are there. A person is attacking, while the third person on the bike comes, takes a U-turn, and then all of the 3 fled away. So this is the circumstance, this is the place, and now this footage that you are seeing on India Today is the footage wherein we can see that how Umesh Kolle was brutally attacked.
You know, the CCTV footage very clearly establishes how Umesh Kolle fell down to his knees soon after he was attacked by those 2 men. Explain to us a quick understanding on how this murder took place. We believe that these men were trailing Umesh Kolle for at least 3 days before they actually managed to murder him. It was a completely pre-planned, executed in a design which was already established, and they were just waiting for the right day and the right time.
It was a pre-planned murder. The attackers had attempted twice. That first on 19th of June. That's what they have accepted during the interrogation with Amravati police. 2 of the attackers were first arrested. The information that police got from them. Later 3 more were arrested. Then Yusuf was arrested, and the 4th, Irfan, was arrested from Nagpur. Now this is the lane that we are seeing on the screen. The narrow lane that comes from the Prabhat Road Chowk, the complex and the hospital, what you can see. Near there is a landmark. From this narrow lane, Umesh along with his son and daughter-in-law were traveling on their bikes. Both of them were separate on their different bikes. His son was following him from some distance. He might be about 10 seconds behind. But when Umesh came here, the attackers who were waiting over here below this small tree, they intercepted him, and what we can see in the CCTV footage, the way they attacked him, but we can also see that they waited for here, and the whole incident, the whole attack continued for a few seconds. So there must have been some kind of exchange of words which no one has till now come forward. When we spoke to Umesh's son, he also said that the attackers did not utter anything, they just left, after which his son Sanket and daughter-in-law, with the help of some of the passerbys, they took Umesh to the nearby hospital where he was declared dead on arrival, or he succumbed to injuries. But this footage itself tells us how the attackers who were waiting for Umesh in this narrow lane attacked him. Umesh fell down on his knees. After that, the attacker might have slit his throat. But This is the footage which itself establishes how brutal the murder happened. Nabila.
All right, at this point, one can't even imagine what's going down the family of Umesh Khole. Of course, we've heard his brother speak time and again, very bravely to the media, but clearly, family must have been devastated. This entire murder itself went into the shadows over the Maharashtra political crisis. It, in fact, took place a week earlier to the Udaipur beheading. Had this come to light in time, possibly Kanhaiya Lal could have been saved. Those are questions being asked, but let me quickly cut across to Saket Khole, son of Umesh. He speaks to Munish Pandey. Let's take a listen.
जब बेटे के सर से पिता का साया उठता है तो अचानक से ही उसके ऊपर जिम्मेदारियों का बोझ बढ़ जाता है। इस वक्त हमारे साथ उमेश खोले के बेटे संकेत मौजूद हैं। संकेत, सबसे पहले तो आप ये बताइए कि अब पिता का साया है नहीं, कितनी जिम्मेदारियां बढ़ गई आपके ऊपर, पूरे परिवार को चलाना है?
सर अभी उत्तर तो करने पड़ेगा। जो पिताजी नहीं है बोला तो वो जो काम करते तो मेरे को हाथ में लेना ही पड़ेगा।
दुकान के साथ साथ आपको घर भी चलाना होगा, माँ को भी संभालना है, सब कुछ अचानक से जो हुआ, कितनी मुश्किलें बढ़ गई आपकी?
सर अभी कैसे जो कुछ क्रेडिट डेबिट जो कुछ है वो भी मेरे को देखना पड़ेगा।
अच्छा, क्रेडिट डेबिट की बात की आपने। एक जो बातें सामने आ रही थी, पुलिस ने कल कहा कि लगभग 1-1.5 लाख रुपए से ज़्यादा यूसुफ खान ने भी लिया हुआ था।
है सर उतना।
अच्छा,
बाकी मेरे को उसमें इतना डिटेल भी नहीं पता, मैंने भी सुना ही है पिताजी के मुंह से।
यूसुफ को लेकर आप बता पाएंगे क्या कि क्योंकि इस तरह की खबरें थी कि शादी में भी मदद की थी, काफ़ी अच्छा संबंध था उनका?
हाँ किया था पिताजी ने, उनके बहन की वगैरह शादी थी वो टाइम पे भी किए थे।
क्या अभी तक की जो जांच हो रही है आप संतुष्ट हैं उससे, पुलिस से संतुष्ट हैं आप?
हाँ सेटिस्फाइड है, क्योंकि पुलिस ने स्टार्टिंग से कोऑपरेट किया है और वो जांच करते गए, हमें बताते गए, लेकिन उन्होंने कहीं पे ऐसे रिवील नहीं किया कि जांच यहाँ तक हुई है वगैरह, कि ये केस में ऐसे ऐसे हुआ है करके। पहले ही बता देते तो फिर जब फाइनल रिजल्ट चाहिए था वो नहीं मिलता था ना।
आपको कभी अंदाज था कि क्या ये मामला पैसों का हो सकता है या फिर नुपुर शर्मा की वजह से हो सकता है? कभी इस चीज़ को लेकर बातचीत हुई आपके पिता से?
नहीं सर उतना नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं हुआ।
आपको भी कभी शुरुआत में लगा नहीं था कि नुपुर शर्मा का समर्थन करने की वजह से ऐसा हो सकता है?
नहीं,
कभी आपको लगा
नहीं। मेरे को कुछ पता ही नहीं था वो किस में क्या हुआ है क्या नहीं। पहले तो हम लोग ही शौक में थे।
जब इस मामले में यूसुफ का नाम सामने आया तो आप लोग क्या विश्वास कर पा रहे थे उस समय? कितना मुश्किल हो रहा था आप लोग को समझने की ऐसा हुआ भी हो सकता है?
विश्वास नहीं होता ना सर वैसे।
बाकी जो 6 आरोपी हैं, क्या उसमें से आप लोग किसी को जानते हैं? उसमें से 6 आरोपी हैं, इरफान